All right, from expanded benefits to rumors of insolvency, Social Security has been in the news a lot lately. Millions of Americans count on the government-run program to help fund their retirement, but you may accidentally be reducing your Social Security benefits. And John Vandergrift from Blue Ridge Wealth Planners joining us now. Let's start with, millions of people rely on this.
Yep.
I mean, not everyone, but millions rely on it. What is new for 2023? Because it's not the first time things have been tweaked or changed with the Social Security.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest difference is the large cost of living adjustment that went in place because of all the inflation that we saw last year. 8.7% is the largest that we've had in a long time. But when you're taking a larger than expected withdrawal from a bucket that we're worried about having enough money, it's good today, but maybe bad for tomorrow.
Well, that leads us to, there's been a lot of speculation that it's in trouble, like, where they're drawing this money from doesn't have enough money, and you hear things like 2032, it could be, if they don't change things, it could be insolvent.
Yeah, so, I mean, obviously something's going to have to change. There's so many Americans that depend wholly on their Social Security, and so there are some tweaks that can be done, whether it's raising the wage gap. You can phase out of paying Social Security tax once you reach a little over $160,000 today. They could do away with that. They could go into payroll taxes and increase those a little bit, or, they could go into maybe, this is my speculation, but similar to what we see with Medicare premiums today, they could go into kind of a tiered system where depending on other income sources you have, it may phase you out of certain percentages. We don't know at this point what those are, but there's going to have to be some changes just to make sure that those Americans who really need it aren't left out.
Right, and obviously everyone pays into it, and they're like, hey, I want my money, but at the same time, some people have lots of money coming in versus people who really need every penny they can get from it. So we'll see that. Is there anything that can be done to that trust fund, to the bucket of money that's going to help make it available?
I mean, at this point, just adding more into it, and so that may come through tax increase in the future in a variety of manners. But I mean, adding funds to the bucket that needs more funds makes the most sense.
And finally, what do people need to do to maximize their benefits? Because I know there are ages, or people say, oh, I'm going to go retire at 62 or 65, or since there are different years, depending on how much you get to get from Social Security, right?
So first, you want to verify that your information is correct. They're sending you to ssa.gov, their website, to make sure. And again, as much records as you have, trying to look into that. You need to know how to maximize, and I always tell people, if you are making a decision with Social Security and you're not combining that with the decision of your investments, I think you're making a mistake, because you can't just make Social Security decisions in a silo without understanding what that means for your money. And so as we look at this, also we need to factor in spousal benefits. Most people don't even know they have those. But overall, just trying to work with someone who will help you create a strategy that really encompasses these things is super important. We work with retirees on a daily basis, and we have to talk about Social Security if we're going to factor in a retirement plan.
It's a huge part. If you're probably not getting one of those letters in the mail once in a while, they might not have your information. So
yeah, get online and create an account for sure.
John, thank you very much. Lori?